from the innkeeper. You say he was a good cop, but maybe he made a grave mistake. Are you sure he was 6 feet tall? Maybe he was 6 feet under? You don't look so amused. Maybe a dark tale will amuse you more. A tale that I like to call... It's all for the greater good.
The greater good.
For the greater good. For the greater good. Oh yes, it's for the greater good.
We are continuing our playthrough of the Circle Undone using Father Mateo in standard difficulty. We earned some experience last game, and we took the opportunity to upgrade to another ally, Diana Esperance, which will help us with some damage mitigation since we did suffer a physical trauma. And she also has some recursion for events, which will be really nice in this Mateo deck. That's really all that we had experience to upgrade for. Hopefully we earned some more experience in this one that'll let us upgrade to U Catastrophe and upgrade a couple of our damaging and combat spells.
Ever since your brush with death at Hangman's Hill, the situation in Arkham has only worsened. In the days since, there have been more reports of ghost sightings and even several more disappearances. A thin layer of grey mist lingers over the streets at all hours, day and night. As soon as the sun begins to set each evening, the doors are shut and locked. Without truly realizing why, very few people dare venture out at night. Some businesses have even closed their doors to customers during the day, citing poor weather. Things are getting out of hand. The creature that appeared at the lodge's charity gala is clearly not bound to Joseph Maiga's manor, which means the horrors you've experienced could be just the start of something much worse. You're not sure why just yet, but you know the Silver Twilight Lodge is connected to the creature in some way. Perhaps it's time to pay the lodge a visit, with or without their permission. The Hierophant. Adapt your beliefs and be open to new truths. You are expected to conform. Do not stray from the path. The lodge is up to something. You're sure of it. You're not sure exactly what their plans entail, but your suspicions have proven correct so far. You have decided to sneak into the lodge's manor in French Hill to learn what they are planning.
And we are here with For the Greater Good, one of the greatest scenarios in this cycle, the Circle Undone cycle. I haven't played the last two yet, but so far this is one of my favorites. And I think this one and At Death's Doorstep is my other favorite. So, yeah, hopefully it'll play out well for Mateo. We've got actually some trauma to put here in the thing. So we have 3 mental and 1 physical. If I'm correct here, let me check my log real quick. And yeah, this one, there's I think 3 or 4 paths that you can pick from, or that you can, lead through as you play the campaign. And it's, oh yeah, so we have one physical and 2 mental trauma. So the paths are based on decisions you made earlier in the campaign. And then the scenario setup is different depending on which path you're currently on. Hopefully this is nice to Mateo. This scenario can be somewhat difficult. Doom tends to add up very quickly. In this particular path that we've taken, we are enemies of the lodge. So we can't enter the lobby directly from the gates. We have to kind of go through the cellar. So we have to sneak in and then go around to that area of the lodge. So these here represent keys. It's another mechanic within the scenario that we'll have to deal with. And it's pretty interesting. I do like what they've done with this campaign overall, where they've added kind of unique mechanics or little twists, but they're not overly complicated. So, it's a nice change to your standard Arkham Horror, the card game scenario. So we've shuffled our encounter deck. We'll shuffle our deck and draw our opening hands, and then we shall begin the game. So, oops, that did not shuffle very well. Let's do it again. And again, something is wrong with my shuffling today. There we go. So far, Mateo's done okay. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been terrible. He did really well the first scenario, and he did fairly well the second one. It was the secret name that completely derailed me, and then Wages of Sin. I guess he did all right in that one, all things considered, but hopefully we can make a bit of a comeback in this one. So here we go. We'll draw our opening hands, and then we'll reveal the opening location. Not bad at all. I think I will keep this so that it'll start in play, the Ace of Rods. And I definitely want my Codex. Shriveling would be nice. And Hollowed Mirror. So it looks like we're just going to reshuffle St. Hubert's. I do want St. Hubert's Key at some point, but there's just too much cost right now with my opening hand, so I'm going to have to ditch it and hope to draw it later when I have a few more resources. And we get 6 cents. I mean, it's still a little pricey, but it'll help us investigate. And it's 1 resource cheaper than these keys. So that's at least going to help us a little bit. So I'm happy with the hand. And we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and get started. So the Lodge Gates. Here we go. 2 Shroud, 1 Clue. We can resign at any point. Enemies cannot spawn there, so that's actually pretty helpful. Yes. So let's begin. I think first we'll need to be able to investigate. So we'll spend 3 to play the 6 cents. That'll definitely come in handy. We'll spend an action to gain a resource, and we'll spend 3 to bring Shriveling into play. That way we can defend ourselves. Should it come down to that. Put our 4 charges on it. That ends our turn. So Mateo flips back. Now we'll draw. Ooh, that should have been out of the deck. As they come up, I'll throw them back out. I haven't played the mirror yet, so that can't possibly be in my deck. Apologies for leaving that from last game. We gain a resource and draw an actual card. And it looks like it's denied existence. Not bad. We add a Doom to the agenda, and we draw our first encounter card, and it is an enemy. The Wizard of the Order spawns in an empty location. At the end of the Mythos phase, we're at a Doom to him. Well, we're going to have to kill him. He's tough, too. He retaliates, so great. He's going to take a little bit of maneuvering here. Okay, I guess let's start. So he gets a Doom. We're going to investigate. So we'll use 6 cents. So our willpower is currently a 5. Oh, wait, that's Ace of Rods. So our willpower is currently a 4. And we're going versus a 2. So 4 to a 2. -1. That's good enough. We get our first clue. We have 1 to go. That was action number 1. Action number 2. Well, let's gain a resource. I'm having to use actions to gain resources, but it's more than worth it. We'll play our Codex of Ages. So that goes into our hand slot, and we have to seal the Elder Sign. Okay. Now we have a 5 in willpower. So that ends our turn again. He doesn't hunt. He stays there. Hey, look at that. We get emergency cash. We could have used that. Gain a resource. 2 Doom on the agenda, +1, that's 3. And now he'll gain a Doom at the end here. Oh, we'll draw our encounter card first. Mark of the Order. It surges. Check which investigator controls each key. No, we don't have any keys yet. That's why it surges. Evil Past. That's a dud. That'll stay there until the encounter deck runs out of cards, which I haven't had it happen yet in this campaign. Mythos phase ends, he gets a Doom. We have to deal with him now for sure. So let's move in. The Lodge Cellar. Lodge Cellar. You cannot enter the Lodge Cellar. We can spend 1 clue, which we have. So here's the clue. So we found a way in, and now we reveal the Lodge Cellar. There are no clues here, so now we're going to have to go deep inside. Oh, that's a pain. So the Wizard of the Order engages us. He's got 2 Doom on him. He retaliates, so let's go ahead and shrivel him once. Shrivel me once! Yeah. We're going at 5 to a 4. That's not that good. You know what? What the heck? Let's get rid of the Ace of Rods. That way we can kill him. We'll remove the Ace of Rods, gaining an extra action, and get +2. So we're going to have a 7 to a 4. -3. That's the number needed. He's dead. 2 Doom back. And that was action number 2. Action number 3. Where shall we go? Well, we can't enter here because we need a key for that. So we're going to have to go into the lobby. Where's the lobby? After the lobby is revealed, place 1 random set-aside key. There's 1 clue there. Alright, cultist key is there in the lobby. And a clue. That was our final. Oh, we get an extra action because of Ace of Rods. So action number 4. Should we investigate? Yeah, let's investigate using Sixth Sense. So we're going to go to a 5 to a 3. +1. Nice. We get that clue. We'll use the free action trigger. After you've been an enemy. No, that's not it. Oh, I think it's in the guide. You can use a free action trigger to get that key. So there's our key right there. Now our turn ends. And there are no enemies on board, so we'll go ahead and draw a card and gain a resource. And it's Flashlight. Add a Doom to the agenda. Looks like it's a Acolyte. And we have to place a Doom on him. Okay. Okay. I mean, so far smooth, but it's early. So let's move in. And the Acolyte engages us. We're going deeper. Lounge. 2 clues, 2 shroud. After the lounge is revealed, put this aside. Okay, put the vault and the library. So we put the vault and the library into play. They're connected to the lounge. So both are connected to the lounge, but not to each other. So there we go. And okay. August Lindquist at the lounge. So we get to reveal August Lindquist. There he is. And he is at the lounge. Oops, at the lounge. Place one random key on him. Let's see what he says. Investigate as an action, investigators at August Lindquist's location spend 2 clues per investigator as a group to parlay. You take 1 damage or 1 horror, and you remove him from the game and gain control of his key. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get the clues first, and then we'll do that. We still can advance the act if we do this. We just need 1 key. So really, I don't know that we need to do this. I don't remember. I've only played this once. Okay. So... oh, we have the Acolyte to deal with. Let's deal with him first. So we're fighting the Acolyte. I'd hate to use a charge from Shriveling, but let's do it then. So Shriveling to the Acolyte. Oh man, that's kind of a pain. To have to use a charge just for this thing. I guess it's worth it. So we're going 5 to a 3. Oops, wrong bag. Oh god. Okay, so going against the Acolyte, 5 to a 3. And that's a +1. Nice. So, but it takes one of our Shriveling charges. There's the Acolyte. He's gone. He was talking to August Lindquist. But we've shriveled him away right before Lindquist dies. Okay. Now we'll investigate, I guess. 5 to a 2. A 0. Good enough. So we get the clue. All right. 1 more and we can talk to him. But I think we're going to move there, and then we'll go ahead and come back and talk to him. That way we could advance the agenda. Or the act, I mean. That's our turn. There are no enemies in play. Draw a card. Hey, sacrifice. That can come in handy, actually. Gain a resource. We are now at 4 doom out of 8. And let's see what this says. Find the 2 topmost cultist enemies in the discard pile and spawn them in the empty location with the most remaining clues. Okay, well, that would be these guys. Damn it, the Wizard of the Order is back. There are no clues on any location that's empty, so we'll have to put them... you know what? Let's put them in the library. So he spawns. Man, this is a brutal treachery. Okay. He spawns, and then the Wizard of the Order, end of the Mythos phase, gets a doom. So now we're up to 6 doom. We're going to have to go deal with them, I guess. Man. Okay. Turn. Let's go ahead and move into the library. There's your library. 6 shroud, 1 clue. While you're investigating the library, if you control this key, it gets -3 shroud. We don't control that key. It's got 1 clue. It is a victory location, though. I think we want to get that. So we have 2 actions left. We need to shrivel the Wizard of the Order, and then we need to kill this. How will we do this? I'll tell you how. We're going to first... he's got 2 health, huh? Yeah. Let's shrivel Wizard of the Order. It's going to be a 5 to a 4, but I think we'll go ahead and use the Codex. So we'll gain an Elder Sign to automatically succeed. No. What am I doing? We'll need that to get that clue. So... where did I put it? There we go. Hold on, let's rethink this. We could succeed against him automatically, but I guess really we could commit cards just to make sure. Let's see this chaos bag. Number of cultist enemies. So skulls are worth a -2. Tablets a -3, and that's a -2. So we're at a 5. We're 1 above. So if we commit 2, I hate to commit deny existence, but I'm going to commit deny existence and sacrifice so that we can go 7 to a 4. So we're going to shrivel this guy. 7 to a 4. Auto fail! But Mateo has a very special ability where he'll turn that into an auto success. So bye-bye, Wizard of the Order, and we get an extra turn, or an extra action, so we will actually take advantage of that. Next move, let's go ahead and use our last charge of shriveling on the Acolyte, going a 5 to a 1. Autofill. This time we do fail. Okay. Final action. Do it again. -1. Oh, wait. I can't because shriveling. So, sorry guys. Couldn't have done that. But that -1, I guess I pulled it. So, let's just say I was trying to punch him. So, I missed my punch. That ends my turn. He's going to attack me for 1 damage. I draw a card. And it is St. Hubert's Key. This time we can pay for it. Gain a resource. We are at 6 doom total. And now there's a locked door. So now, not only is it a really high shroud, but there's a locked door as well. Oh wait, hold on. With the most clues. No, let's put it here in the lounge. That's another victory location. Yeah. Okay. So we have to kill this Acolyte, and we have to nab the clue. I guess I don't care about the Acolyte. I'm just going to evade him. A 3 to a 2. -3, not good enough. Try again. Oh, this is going to be hard. 3 to a 2. +1. Hey, he is evaded. And then now I will use my auto success from the Codex of Ages to investigate and get that clue within my victory point, and then use my extra action to move back into the lounge, which now is locked. So then it's my turn. He readies. Draw a card. Hey, Seal of the Elder Sign. Gain a resource. Now there is 7 doom in place, so the agenda is going to advance next round. And Centuries of Secrets. Test 5 for each point you fail by. Okay. I have a 4 willpower, so I'll probably fail. So I'll take a direct damage if I fail. -2. So we're going to discard the top. -2, so we discard the top 3. 1, 2, 3. For each curse. There was no curse. So we actually don't lose anything. Okay. Turn again. Let's... Oh, this is hard. I can't get through that locked door. Investigators at Linquist spend 2 clues as a group. Okay. Do I want to do that, or do I want to... No, let's advance the act. We still have all of our actions left.
At first, your investigation yields few answers. There is indeed a meeting of some sort happening at the manor tonight, though you're not sure why. Finally, you catch a break. On a nearby table, a written summon explains the reason for tonight's gathering. Our timetable has moved forward. We must complete the trap by midnight tonight. The device we found will aid us in binding the Revenant, so it is imperative that we find a way to open it before the ceremony begins. We have no time to waste. With prudence or cowardice, report to Nathan Wick in the Sanctum at once. Whatever the Lodge is planning, it involves a device they will do anything to open. It seems a Lodge member by the name of Nathan Wick holds the device at the moment. One way or another, you have to get your hands on it.
Nathan Wick. Master of Indoctrination. Here we go. Face up. Puzzle box gets attached to him. For the remainder of the game, the current act gains. After you evade an enemy, remove all doom from it. Oh, what? No, I wish this was around before. Because I did evade that acolyte. So be it. Okay, so we have to, our goal is to add Nathan Wick to the victory display. Fair enough. Let's go see if the vault has any victory points, and then we'll just head over to Nathan Wick. So let's go to the vault, and it does have a victory point. After the vault is revealed, place one random set-aside key on it. It's the skull key. It's got a 4 shroud. Okay, so we moved in. That was action number 1. Let's spend 4 resources to play St. Hubert's key. And that brings our intellect to a 4 and our willpower to a 5. We'll use our final action to play emergency cash and gain 3 resources. Enemies, I mean, there's an enemy there, but he doesn't hunt, and that guy too. So we draw a card, and it's 6 cents. Now we'll gain a resource. And
as you explore the building, you almost wander into a heated debate between several members of the Lodge in a nearby hallway. Seeing an opportunity to learn more, you hide and eavesdrop on the conversation.
Mr. Sanford's orders are to complete the Geist Trap at any cost.
One of them says firmly,
If that means we must put lives in danger, so be it. The good of the many outweigh the good of the few. You know this.
Another member, a woman, pounds her fist on the wall.
No, our first resort cannot be to spill blood. There must be another way.
There is no time.
The other responds, and there is a murmur of agreement among the rest.
It is clear you do not have the will to proceed. Take her away. We'll make her see for herself the sacrifices that must be made for the greater good.
No, you can't do this.
The woman yells. You wince as her screams echo down the corridor. What are they planning to do?
Okay, fair enough. Let's try and get this clue and head on over to kill Nathan Wick. So we'll spend 2 resources. Wait, we need to draw and count a card. It's another cultist. Let's put him here. Alright, so we'll spend 2 resources to play Flashlight. It's got 3 supplies. Alright. So now what we're going to do is try and get that final clue. So we're going to use a charge from Flashlight for our second action. Bring the shroud to a 2. Our intellect is 4. So 4 to a 2. We'll commit 6 cents to bring us to a 5 to a 2. -4. That's not good enough. Use another Flashlight charge. 4 to a 2. -1. Good enough. So we nail that clue. We'll use a free action to gain this key as well. That was action 2. Action 3, we'll move in here, and that ends our turn. No hunters. Draw a card, and is again, that's not supposed to be there. It is the Black Book. The Black Book gives us a +1 to intellect and willpower. So we'll be putting that in play next turn. Gain a resource. Doom goes on the agenda. We are 2 Doom now. Mysteries of the Lodge. Place 1 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Fight evade is increased by 2. Okay. Let's put it in. Oh, weird. Okay. So then we've got 2 victory points. They can't take that away from us. Let's go ahead and move to the lobby. This cultist engages us. We will now evade him. The evade is increased by 2, so we're going 3 to a 4. I will use Seal the Elder Sign. That's removed from the game. And we succeed, which removes the Doom. He is evaded. Gives us an extra action, so that was just action 2. Action 3. And for our 4th action, let's go ahead and play our little Black Book. Okay. We only have 1 card in hand. That ends our turn. There are no hunters. Let's go ahead and continue onward. Draw a card. Desperate Search. Gain a resource. 2 Doom total. I think we're doing well here. Oh, shoot. Okay, so look at this. Cellkeeper. Spawn any Sanctum location. He's alert. After Cellkeeper enters play, place 2 Doom and 1 random set-aside key on it. Oh, so that key that's over there. Cool. When you evade Cellkeeper by 2 or more, take control of its key. Sanctum, so Catacombs right here. So we'll put this key on him. When you evade by 2 or more, you get the key. Place 2 Doom, so he gets 2 Doom as well. Okay. There is a nasty card in this encounter deck that adds a Doom to every cultist, which that would just destroy us because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cultists in play. So that's really bad. Hopefully we don't encounter that card. Okay. Our turn again. So we're going to have to jump in here and try and evade him. So we're going to use 1 action to move to the Catacombs. Put this set aside Inner Sanctum. And the set aside Sanctum doorway locations. I see. I'm not quite sure where these go. I guess they just go here. So Sanctum. Sorry, this is a little bit messy here now. Let's clean this up a little bit. Sorry, just give me a second here. Okay. So here we are at the Launch Catacombs with the Cellkeeper. We have a few actions left. I wonder what's in those Sanctum doorways. Why would we have to go there? Is the Inner Sanctum locked? The door to the Inner Sanctum is locked. We do have the cultist key. No, yeah, so we're good. Okay. Alright, let's deal with this Cellkeeper who engages us. He has 2, and he's alert. So he could hit us for 2 horror. Okay. We don't really have much that we can commit to the test. We're just going to have to run it a 3 to a 2. Ouch. This is a risky play. I know this. I'm aware. 3 to a 2. A skull. A skull is the number of doom among cultist enemies. That's 2. We fail. He hits us for 2 horror. Ouch. I think I made a really, really grave mistake here engaging this guy. I forgot I ran out of my combat card. Oh, well, things were going decent until now. Got another action. He could kill us if we're not careful. I have 8. Yeah, so we'll try to evade him again. We'll pray. Mateo can pray, so let's pray. That's another skull. That's a failure. He hits us for 2, so St. Hubert's Key goes away. And it puts us back down to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, actually, it puts us at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah, that's right. We have one more attempt here. We need a good card to do this with. Oh, man, I think I screwed up pretty bad. Okay, that ends the turn. He's going to hit us for 2. We're at 1 horror left. Wow, I completely botched that. Say your prayers. That's not going to help us right now. Praying might help us. Doom. Place 1 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Oh, man. His evade value just went up even higher. Yeah, this is the end right here. Oh, I screwed up pretty big. Wow, what a bad play. Well, boys and girls, you see what a bad play is here. Don't do it. Don't jump into a fight if you're not prepared for it. Unless we pull an Elder Sign, there's no way we're going to be able to evade him, but we're going to have to because he's engaged now. So there's nothing else that we can do. We can't fight because our combat is terrible. We are doomed. Let's evade and pray for an Elder Sign. It's an auto fail. As if the mythos were mocking us. That's an auto fail. We already used Mateo's ability for the game, so that auto fail actually is an auto fail. So he hits us for 2 more horror, which defeats us. We take another mental trauma. We are at 4 mental trauma now. Oh man, that sucks. But we got 2 victory points. That wasn't even the scenario being hard. That was just me being dumb and making a terrible play. That was horrendously bad play mistake. I could have just sat there and drawn cards until I had something to deal with him. But so it goes. Sometimes, if you're distracted or if you're just not thinking straight for whatever reason, you're liable to make some kind of play mistake. So we are defeated, and we'll go ahead and go into our resolutions and then move on from there. Now we're going to have to go into union and disillusion with 4 mental trauma, but it's not like we don't have ways to heal that or mitigate that, so I'm not too worried. All right, well, thank you for watching, guys, and that does it for the greater good. Have a good one.
You manage to escape the building and flee on foot. As you run, you can hear a thunderous rumble coming from the manor. Several others burst through the front door behind you, too preoccupied to notice you. One yells to her companions.
Get out and gather at the unvisited isle. We have to perform the binding rite, with or without the device.
What about the Guardian?
A man at the gates asks.
It's no use. Just go.
That is when the screaming begins. A spray of blood splatters against the basement window. Those who escaped immediately panic and flee. You don't stop or look back. You run until the building has faded behind the dense gray mist, until you can no longer hear the screams of those still inside, until your legs can barely move. Is this the kind of sacrifice the Silver Twilight Lodge believes in making? And if so, what does this mean for the binding rite they seek to complete at the Unvisited Isle?